Our next topic is on marriage. Now, there are many people in this day and age who rarely get married. In fact, many people are living together more and more. Why should one bother with marriage if everybody else is just living together?
Well, God instituted marriage. He said, after He created Eve and Adam, He said, "Therefore should a man leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife." So God established the institution of marriage. And in His commandments, one of the 10 commandments, that thou shalt not commit adultery. He is saying that sex outside of marriage is not in harmony with His will. And as a matter of fact, the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 9 makes it quite clear that those who fornicate, he gave a list of the sins of the flesh, and he said fornicators will not enter heaven. So if you're living outside of the institution of marriage, we are sinning and we're not in harmony with God's will.
What would you say if someone who is a Christian decides that they want to marry someone who isn't a Christian? What does the Bible say about a Christian and a non-Christian getting married even though they love each other?
Well, it's interesting that the Bible does point out we should not be unequally yoked. And then he went on to say in that text, what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? If you marry, for example, someone who does not believe in God, that's a combination that you're asking for trouble. You are not together. God wants believers to be married to believers in order for the marriage to succeed.
And gay marriage is a very hot topic in this day and age. What does the church say about gays and lesbians getting married? Does God approve of this?
No, God does not approve of it. As a matter of fact, if you go back to 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 9, He lists things, that characteristic that individuals will have who will not enter heaven. And one of the characteristic He listed in verse 9 and 10, He said effeminate or abusers of mankind. He's talking about homosexuality. And in Romans 1, it talks about how God looked on the evil of men with men and women with women having sexual intercourse. And in the book of Jude, verse 7, it talks about Sodom and Gomorrah, where they used to go after strange flesh, which was homosexuality, and God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for that type of behavior.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, give me Jesus, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You may have all this world. You may have all this world, but give me Jesus.